Spiritual BS exposed, the scoop on what they're not telling you. So don't go anywhere because I'm spilling the tea. Confused about all this spiritual awakening stuff? Like everyone's walking around talking about high vibes and manifesting abundance, and you're just trying to figure out if your third eye is broken? I can't say if it is, but here's what I do know. You're waking up in a world obsessed with easy answers, quick fixes, and glittery spiritual shortcuts. Real awakening? It's deeper, messier, way more powerful. Hi, I'm Liz, your Cosmic Rookie Way Shower. In this episode, we're breaking it all down. You'll find out why positive vibes only is the biggest awakening trap out there, how to spot the sneaky lies your ego's been whispering, and why your triggers are actually sacred. I'll also show you the real difference between spiritual awakening and enlightenment, because most people are getting it totally wrong. Then we'll talk about what awakening really isn't some crystal-powered checklist, but a raw, real undoing of who you're not. And yes, I'll expose the feel-good fluff that's keeping so many people stuck. If you've ever wondered, am I crazy or just waking up? This is your sign. Let's get into it. It can feel like a never-ending task. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. At least that's how it seemed to me. I've been on and off the awakening train a lot, ignoring synchronicities and other signs because I was so deep under the ego, and yet there was a strong part of me that kept reaching out, begging me to continue my journey, to trust who I was and what I was meant to do. The guidance was there, what felt like supernatural nudges, but understanding what it meant and how to move forward wasn't always clear. There's just so much BS, easy fixes, lies, or at the very least, misleading information. And yes, I followed my fair share of it. But before we dig into all of that, I have a surprise for you. Stick around to the end of this video for your cosmic wink, a magical little synchronicity your guide snuck in here just for you. You'll get a number, a message, and maybe even a cosmic nudge you didn't see coming. No cheating and skipping to the end, though. That's not your message. You've probably been told that awakening is all love and light, that you just have to stay positive, meditate more, maybe buy the right crystal, and boom, you're on your way to instant enlightenment. Hey, I love crystals as much as the next human, and they do add flavor, but there's so much more that actually matters. This episode is going to expose some of the spiritual awakening BS floating around out there because let's be real, there's a lot of glittery garbage being sold as truth. Something that is important to me is getting people past the mainstream spiritual awakening, feel-good hoodoo, and helping them really understand and then feel their journey. To really feel it. To embrace it. To live in a higher frequency more often than not. For me, the awakening journey is feeling excited about your life, seeing everything around you differently, including humanity, maybe being of service to others in some way, to express yourself in a more authentic way, and to finally shed your ego and experience your true soul identity, and with that, your true purpose will reveal itself. And if that is what you're looking for, it's not in your thoughts. It's not in a book. It's already in you, beneath the noise, beyond the BS. It's buried under all the junk you were taught to believe. The problem is digging it out, letting go of your ego, releasing the stories and identities. This is the part no one tells you, the part that doesn't fit on a vision board, but it's the only way through. We'll talk about that in just a moment. So, your thoughts create your reality. Sounds empowering, right? Except, it's also kind of a trap. This idea leads people to obsess over every stray thought like it's going to ruin their life. I know, because it was happening to me. I always felt kind of dirty, like I had to go say 10 Hail Marys, or 50 affirmations in the mirror after any negative self-talk. But here's the deal. You're not here to control every thought. You're here to notice, discern, and realign. And hey, let's be clear, having the occasional crap thought doesn't mean you're failing at spirituality. You're not going to manifest a disaster just because you had one insecure moment. That's the fear-based interpretation of manifestation, and it's spiritual gaslighting dressed as empowerment. I'm not saying that you didn't manifest your current reality, you did. But as you start to awaken and notice thoughts and release trauma, guilt, shame, hate, anger, etc., and you can tell that your general existence is at a higher frequency, that one thought or freak out is not going to manifest some horrible thing. Negative self talk isn't the enemy, it's an opportunity. Every time it shows up, you've got a choice: go deeper or keep looping. So don't panic. Don't run off and meditate for 3 hours like you broke the vibometer. I mean, you can go meditate if you want, but instead, just pause, notice it, and ask yourself, is this really who I am? Because the real you? She's under there, still whole, still waiting. Here are things you can do when you do notice that nasty little critic or the voice in your head that keeps going over some incident or a conversation that you had or think might happen. Here are some techniques I do. Try counting backwards. Or take a nice deep breath in, then hold, and then release. Do that 3 times. And a favorite of mine is to purposefully remember a happy time when you were a child. And if all that fails, tell it to flick off, because it's not the boss of you anymore. Real spiritual awakening means learning to stop believing every inner monologue from your ego. R.J. Spina calls it the ego mind identity, or EMI. It's like the software running in the background of your life, made up of all the limiting beliefs, fears, labels, and roles you've been taught to play, but it's not you. So, yes, thoughts are part of creation, but they're not the whole engine. It's your state of being that shapes your reality. And if your energy's saying, I'm not enough, then all the affirmations in the world won't fix that. Here's another lie. If you were really spiritual, you wouldn't get triggered. Tell that to literally anyone who's ever gone through ego death. Triggers aren't proof you're broken. They're signposts pointing to what still needs healing. They offer guidance in real time. And hey, good on you for noticing them. If you didn't before, you will now. Because awareness, it's kind of a big deal. Awakening cracks open all the layers you've been hiding behind. It pulls up the roots. It's not pretty. It's not polished. And sometimes it feels like a cosmic identity crisis. But that's the path. You wake up by breaking apart what's not you, so your highest self can be front and center, and so you can hear them. You'll recognize when that's happening. There are knowings that arise. So don't go anywhere. We're going to cover a couple of them right after this sponsor break. I didn't expect much from this free moon reading, but honestly, it surprised me. It's based on your moon sign and the exact phase the moon was in when you were born, which reveals a ton about your emotional nature, your intuition, and how you move through the world. Mine was weirdly spot on, like, how do you know I emotionally cocoon when I'm overwhelmed? Kind of spot on. And it didn't just explain stuff, I got real insight into my natural talents and when I'm most aligned to take action. It's totally free, takes about 15 seconds to start, and yeah, it's actually real astrology, not magazine fluff. Links in the description. Go peek at your emotional blueprint. Let's talk about enlightenment. What if I told you? Enlightenment is remembering who you are, not becoming something you're not. It is different from spiritual awakening. Enlightenment is the full and stable realization of your true nature. It's the destination that the path of awakening leads to. Being enlightened is being your true self. Mainstream acts as if they're the same thing. They aren't. It's not about being some perfect human or floating away from the human experience. Even people who seem super spiritually enlightened have off days. They struggle. They get frustrated. Enlightenment isn't a vibe you hold. It's a state you return to. It's allowing your highest good to shine through and being fully here without being run by your programming. The ability to live in the present moment most of the time and to notice when you're not. Leo from actualize.org calls it no self. And R.J. Spina says it's the embodiment of the higher mind. I say it's what happens when you stop trying to be spiritual and start being still and listening. Then one day you have a moment of full enlightenment and your world changes. Then those moments become minutes and minutes turn into hours. It's a full, unshakable experience. The challenge is getting past your ego, past all the learned lower vibration beliefs, and embracing your highest self, who, by the way, is not outside of you, but a part of you. You don't have to fix your subconscious or force yourself to think more positively, because when you start to feel the truth of who you are and reclaim the seat of your own consciousness, it happens naturally. And that starts by unplugging from the lie that you're just a personality. So, the truth is, most teachers lead you to believe you have to clear the blocks, deal with your inner child, meditate, do affirmations, carry crystals, and run sage through the house every week. And while I think some of that is necessary, most of it is for your ego. Spiritual awakening isn't something you do, it's something you undo. You let go of the noise, you release the roles, you stop identifying with the version of you that's just trying to survive. You release or shed the belief systems that others gave you and you accepted without question. And when you do, what's left is presence, stillness, knowing. That is the I am self. The real journey is from the false self to the true self to the one self, and eventually, no self. And no, you don't need to join a cult to get there. Before you go, I want to challenge you to take 10 minutes each morning after you're awake and set your intention. Here's how I set mine. God, higher power, source, please be here and assist with this clearing. Assist with the healing experience to remove whatever blocks will serve for my highest good today. Please replace it with beautiful joy and the happiness that my soul, my mind, my heart, and my body and energy needs. I fully surrender to you. If this episode hit something deep, drop a comment and let me know what woke something up in you. I'm happy to answer your questions too. I've got more truth bombs coming, and if you're ready to ditch the fluff and remember who you are, hit subscribe and stay on this journey with me. And now, your cosmic wink. Look at the timestamp right now. Then Google angel number and your timestamp. The message you get, that's from your highest self. You're welcome. In the next episode, we're diving into the world of manifestation and why it's not working for a lot of people. Spoiler, if your ego is driving, the universe isn't listening. We're going to blow the lid off performative positivity and show you what actually aligns you with what you want. You won't want to miss what's coming, so make sure you're subscribed. This goes way deeper than cutting out magazine clippings. I'll meet you in the next one.